Okay, so there's this tag going around on the theist and atheist community here on YouTube about the phrase "all babies are atheists." I just want to know why any intelligent person would actually care what all babies think, if all babies do think whatsoever. It is the thoughts, views, and values that you have when you become a fully formed adult who is capable of political action that actually matters. I mean, essentially, if a baby is an atheist, who cares, right? It's what you really think. Alright, if an adult is an atheist, who cares? I mean, seriously, who actually cares? Is it that they're an atheist that makes up all of their political thoughts and feelings? Certainly not. Not at all, okay? The fact that they're a theist or an atheist has got no bearing on their politics. You know, there's right-wing fundamentalism and there's left-wing fundamentalism within religion. Okay, there's evangelism of a liberal, progressive type, as well as evangelism of a Christian rights fanatical Pentecostalists, like, you know, we hate the blacks and we hate the gays type. Okay, there's the whole spectrum within religion, and there's the whole spectrum within atheism. I mean, essentially, if atheism was somehow a mark of quality for a person and what their views really were, why would there be right-wing extremists and irrational right-wing extremists who happen to be atheists and were promoting atheism along with their hard right-wing line as well as their hard irrational line? I mean, these things don't actually matter. It's what you actually do and what you really think that matters to me. I mean, I'm not going to support someone just because they're a deist or just because they say they've got the same label as me. I'm not going to support someone just because they're wearing the same kind of clothes or they're wearing the same kind of jewelry or carrying the same symbols of religion as me, because that has got no bearing upon what their intellectual thoughts about the serious issues of life really are. I mean, take the third world, take disaster zones. Why is it that so many faith groups go out there and actually do some good and try and feed the hungry, provide water, provide shelter, alright, and try and help with like the restoration of buildings? Why is it that in my own city there's a faith group which has a charity which I'm a part of, which goes out and feeds the hungry in my country, in my local area, people who are literally struggling because of food insecurity? Alright, does it mean to say that it would be better if they were all atheists doing it, or is it better that they're actually doing it? It's better that they're actually doing it and they actually care about something which really, really matters. Alright, so as far as a baby is born, okay, the baby is an atheist, the baby is a theist, the baby worships Satan, I don't give a shit, okay? Who cares if the baby is a theist Satanists who happens to think that caring for people is a good thing, society is important, providing food for the hungry is important, is willing to support charities? Then fine, I don't care what kind of like symbols they're wearing or what their theology is. Now, I'm the first to admit that treating creationism as if it was natural science is in fact intellectually bad and can have some dangerous political consequences. But you've got to see that that is being promoted for political purposes to support the far right in certain parts of the world. Okay? So is it actually the fact that there's religion out there, or is it the fact that there's these far right stupid ideas which should be attacked? It's the far right stupid ideas which should be attacked, and a contrary rationale and a contrary political movement's got to gain in power to counteract that. Now, it appears to me that there was this time here on YouTube when some people thought, oh, atheism will do it, atheism will solve the world's problems, and so there's people out there who were promoting atheism as if it was a solution to all problems. But it doesn't matter what cult you're a member of, it's not going to change the world. You've got to accept that. The thing that will change the world is what you really think and what you really believe. And what you really believe is divorced and completely separate from your approach to religion or atheism or agnosticism or deism or transdeism or paganism or pantheism or panendeism or Wicca or Satanism or any of these other things. They've got nothing at all to do with what you truly think about, your politics and your attitudes towards the real world. So, as far as are all babies atheists? Who cares? If it's a default position, well then they've got to grow up to be able to understand things in an abstract sense. And with a lot of people going through the process of religion, is a good way of learning about things in an abstract way. There was one British author, there's still one British author, who had a very astute analysis on the subject of Santa Claus. Yes, I'm talking about Terry Pratchett here. And Terry Pratchett, in I think it was Hogswash, suggested at the very end of the story, which I think was also televised, that people need to have some kind of training to believe in some form of abstract, so that they can then believe in other abstracts, such as justice, or hope, or love, or kindness, tolerance, understanding, wisdom. You know, you can grind up the entire universe into atoms, and you won't find one single molecule or one single atom of love or wisdom or understanding. But maybe we humans, we need these abstracts, we need to learn from them. So there's thousands of different reasons for these things, okay? Thousands of different reasons why some forms of theology is actually quite important for humans. Right? It's not quite so clear-cut as atheism will solve the problem. If atheism solves the problem, why Pat Condell? Why does he exist? Why does Thunderfoot exist? Why do these people promote atheism along with ideas which are thoroughly egregious to all of humanity? Because atheism is not the answer. It never has been the answer. It never will be the answer. Because it doesn't have any bearings as to what people think about real issues. And you, as someone who is an inquiring individual, you're obviously an inquiring individual because you're trying to find out what somebody else, some complete stranger you probably never met before, namely me, thinks about this. You're an inquiring individual. So try and use your inquiring mind to think more about real issues rather than just this artificial war between the various artificial boundaries of theist versus atheist. It's bullcrap. It's complete bullcrap. It's thoroughly irrelevant to society and to life itself. Alright, we've got to start thinking about more important things and more important ideas, bigger ideas, better ideas. And yeah, it involves building up a good idea as to what is right and what is wrong and why something is really right and why something is really wrong. But if you're going to carry on with this intellectually flaccid argument as to, you know, all babies are atheists, therefore atheism is good, you know, not even going through the process of learning about abstract concepts so you can then develop a more rounded understanding of love, tolerance, acceptance, hope, charity, and all these kind of wonderful stuff as you progress into adulthood and beyond, and then you can choose whether you want to be an atheist or a theist, and it doesn't really matter as long as you're a well-integrated person into society who's got some good ideas behind them, good morals, good values. I mean, for crying out loud, this whole debate is just so, it's so first-year undergraduate. It's so sort of like, even worse than that. It's like middle school level. It's absolutely sad beyond anything, okay? It's totally pathetic. And that's my last words on it for the moment. And I'll speak to all of you people later once you've had a chance to think about it.